Namaste. Now we shall start with the 7th shloka of Soundarya Lahari. Kvanatkanchidama
Karikalabhakumbhastanata
Parikshina madhye Parinata Sharachandravadana Dhanurbanan Pasham Srunimapi dadhana karatalaihi Purastadastam naha Puramadhitu Raho Purushika. The actual word distribution. Puramadhituhu Aho Purushika. So that is the actual distribution. On a counterpart, Puramadhitu Raho Purushika. Yes. So this shloka describes about how Devi, what kind of ornaments is Devi wearing. So here the first word is Vanat Kanchi Dama. So Kanchi is the waist part of a person. So Kanchi is supposed to be, even the poor translation of Kanchi is waist. The exact translation of Kanchi is the navel. So Kanchi, the Kanchi Kshetram of India, is supposed to be the navel part of the entire globe, and that is why it is named after Kanchi or Kanchipuram. That is the navel part of the entire globe. If entire globe becomes a human body, that becomes the navel part upon distribution. So Kvanat Kanchi Dama. So the Kanchi Dama, the waist part of Devi, is seen with an ornamentation, and the ornamentation is obviously a Mekhala. So we call it as Kvanat Mekhala, Radat Pinkini Mekhala, Lalitā Sahasranāma. The same thing, in Telugu we call it Vaddanam. So we see Devi with an ornament called Vaddanam or Mekhala, and that has tiny jingling bells associated with it. So there are bells hanging out of that Mekhala, and that bell makes a sound. Ranat Kinkini Mekhala, that sound makes a Ranat sound, a jingling sound of the bell. So Kvanat Kanchi Dama, the waist part of Devi is ornamented with a Mekhala which has tiny bells and it makes sounds. Kadikala Bhakumbhastananata. Here again, I wanted to mention one thing, that the devatas, whenever we look at the varnana of a devata or a devi or deva, whoever it is not supposed to be exaggerated like a human being. It is not a human being. It is not a description of a human being. When mantra becomes an embodiment, when mantra takes a form as a human or something similar, it becomes devi, it becomes devata. So whenever we talk about Hayagriva, whenever we talk about Vinayaka, there is nothing to be exaggerated about it. It is the embodiment of mantra. When the mantra comes out, there is a scientific terminology for that. It's called tonography. So tonography is a machine, is a process where a machine is kept near your mouth, and whenever you utter a sound, the form for that particular sound comes out, and the machine draws that sound. So it is a basic phonetic science. Every sound, every syllable has a form, and when a few syllables are combined in a particular pattern, they create a particular pattern, and that is the embodiment of that particular mantra. And that mantra embodies as a yantram. Sometimes the Ganapati Atharva Shirsham forms a yantram in the Sukshma Mandala. Similarly, Lalita Mantram forms the yantram of Śrī Chakram. It forms Lalita Ambika. So the embodiment of that particular sound is being described. So here Shankaracharya says Kvanat Kanchi Dama Karikalabhakumbhastananata. So the embodiment of this mantra has the stanams, the breast, which is equivalent, which looks alike the kumbhastha, that is kumbhasthalam of an elephant, not to a baby elephant. So here it is being referred to, the kumbhasthalam of a baby elephant looks alike to the stanam of Devi. Karikalabha kumbhastananata. Parikshina madhye. Kshina is very slim. So the waist part of Devi is very slim. So the description goes like the one who has a slim waist. Parikshina madhye. Parinata Sharachandra Vadana. The Vadanam or face of Devi looks like the Sharachandra, the Chandra who appears in the Sharatkala. Parinata Sharachandra Vadana. Dhanurbanan Pasham Sudimapi Dadhana Karatalaihi. There are 4 hands, and in 4 hands, Dhanuhu, the Iksha Chapa, the sugarcane bow, and Dhanurbana, the Panchapushpa Banas, and Dhanurbanan Pasham Srini, the Pasha and Ankusha are in 4 hands. Dhanurbanan Pasham Sunimapi Tadhana Karatalaihi Purastadastam Naha. Let that Devi, may that particular Devi's form appear in front of us for our sake. May that particular Devi form manifest here and bestow us with Shubham Purastadastam Naha Puram Athitur, the one who is the Shatru, the one who has burnt Tripura Asuras. That is Lord Shiva. Who is that Devi? Puram Athitur Aho Purushika. So Puram Athitur Aho Purushika is the counterpart of Shiva. That is Shakti. May but Shakti abundantly bless us. This is what Shankaracharya meant to this shloka. I would like to add a point to the previous discussion, just to understand the Devi's form that is being described here is not an erotic description of a human lady. It is something beyond that. Just to understand, let us go through Lalitā Sahasranāma. Lalitā Sahasranāma says, Śrīmad Vagbhava Kūtaika Svarūpa Mukha Pankaja. The Mukha Pankajam of Devi is the Śrīmad Vagbhava Kūta. And then Madhya Kūta is the Shariram. Śrīmad Vagbhava Kūtaika Svarūpa Mukha Pankaja. And then Kanthādah Kati Paryantam Madhya Kūta Svarūpini. The body part that is between the Kantham and Kati is the Madhya Kūtam. Shakti Kūtaika Tapanna Katya Dhobhagadharini. The Shariram Adhobhagam, the Adhobhagam of Kati. The below part of Kati is Shakti Kūta. So there are three Kūtas. Śrīmad Vagbhava Kūta. The second one is Madhya Kūta. The third one is Shakti Kūta. Now this is basically the division of Panchadashi Mahamantra. When we do the Śrī Vidya Upasana, it starts with Ganapati Mantra, Subramanya Mantra, Balatripura Sundari Mantra, Sampatkari Mantra, and then Ashwarudha Mantra. Then we go through Shyamala Mantram, Varahi Mantram, and then we go through several other mantras of Avarana Devi, Devatas, Guru Mandala Mantra, Trimandala Mantras, and then we will go through the 9th Avaranam, Bindu, then Lalitambika. So the Bindu Lalitambika mantra is 15-lettered word, 15-lettered mantra. And this 15-lettered word, the first 5 letters of this mantra is one Kutami. And the 6 letters are one more Kutami. The 4 letters are one more Kutami. 5, 6, 4. All of these combined are 15 letters. The first 5 letters is called Vagbhava Kutami, which is responsible for the production of voice, which is Paravratyakchiti Rupa Pashyanti Paradevata Madhyamavaika Rupa. That is being mentioned in Lalitā Sahasranāma. So that is when that particular Kutami, the 15-lettered mantra is being uttered by me. Let us assume I am a Śrī Vidya Upasaka. I have the Upadesham of Śrī Vidya Panchadashi Mahamantra, and when I say the first 5 letters, that produces the image of Vagbhava Kutami, that produces the Mukha Pankajam of Devi. And when I say the next 6 letters, that is Madhya Kūta, the Shariram from Kantham to Kati is being produced in the Sukshma Mandalam. That happens in the Sukshma Mandalam around me. And then when I say the next 4 letters, Shakti Kūta, the Adhobhagam of Kati, the entire legs and everything come out. So that is tonography. Every tone, every syllable produces the Devi Swarupam. One syllable produces eyes, one syllable produces body, one syllable produces legs, one syllable produces feet, one syllable produces the nails of the feet, toes. So every syllable, when it embodies, it becomes Lalitambika. So the embodiment is being described here. So Vagbhava Kutami has also got its name accordingly. So Vaku or voice is being produced with the help of the Mukham, the tongue, the glottal sound. There are different kinds of sounds: glottal sound, nasal sound. The sounds that come out of you with help of your nasal sound. We call it Ushmakshara. When you say Ksha, Ha, that there is some air that comes out of your mouth. That is called nasal sound. When you touch your tongue to the palate, it is a glottal sound. When you produce a sound from your throat, it is a throat sound. So different sounds are there: glottal, nasal, throat, and many more sounds. So these sounds come from your face. So Vagbhava Kutami produces Śrīmad Vagbhava Kūtaika Swarupa Mukha Pankaja. The Mukham of Lalitambika is Vagbhava Kutami. That is where the sounds come from. Vagbhava, that producer of sound. And then Madhya Kūta Swarupini is the Kanthādah Kati Paryantam Madhya Kūta Swarupini. So this is, there are names for the Kutamis. And the body parts, the function of the body part is associated with that Kutami. That doesn't mean that it is a body which is equivalent to the Saptadhatus. This body is built with Saptadhatus. Raktam, Charmam, Mansam, Shuklam, Medam, and all these things, Asthi, all of these, the skeleton, everything combined, Saptadhatus, Panchabhutas, combined is this body. This body will be born in the form of a pindam, in the womb of a woman. This body will grow like this as a body, human body, and then this body will die and becomes Buddha, Bhasmam, Chita Bhasmam. This body has changes associated with it. But the one and only eternal body, which is not a normal human body, which is not being formed because of Saptadhatus or Panchabhutas, which is eternal, which is sound, which is Divya Shabdam, Anahatanadam, Ahatanadam, Anahatanadam. That is a different concept, but which is Anahatanadam, which is eternal, which is not something that belongs to the worldly realms. That kind of a divine body is Sri Lalita Ambika. And that kind of a body is what we look at. So that is not a human body. And the relationship between Devi Devatas is not like human relationships. It is something different. The Shakti of a Purusha comes out. Purusha and Prakriti. The Prakriti is the Shakti of Purusha. Brahma is Purusha. The Shakti of Brahma is to create. Creation happens only when you are knowledgeable. And that knowledge comes out, it is Saraswati. The embodiment of knowledge is Saraswati. Vishnu is the protector. And Vishnu, protector needs Aishwaryam. The Aishwaryam is his Shakti. When that Shakti embodies, it is Lakshmi. And Mahakala is the one who destroys. And that Kala, the Kala Shakti, the Kalam, comes out, embodies, that is Mahakali. Similarly, Tripura, Kameshwara, that Mahashakti comes out, it is Kameshwari, Kameshwari, Kameshwara. So, lady, whenever we talk about a lady or human or a male, in Devi Devatas, they are not like our bodies, they are something different, they are mantratmaka shariras, they are syllables. When these mantras themselves embody as the Devi or Yantra, and then the Shakti of Purusha, when it embodies, that Prakriti is called Shakti. That Prakriti is called Devi. That kind of a Devi is whom we are referring to, and that kind of a Devi is whom we are looking at without having the worldly senses. We will not be cognitively assuming Devi. This is not a cognitive assumption of Devi. This is beyond the cognitive sciences.